You're in your room on a weekday evening. It's a school night and you should be finishing off that math homework you've been putting off, but you just can't. You're wrapped in a blanket, you hear the faint sound of that music, you're nervous that the glow from your screen might get too obvious and your parents might come into your room to see you not sleeping, but moments away from beating that game. That game you've been obsessing over for weeks now, and you're minutes away from the final press on the pad, minutes away from the final screen that says, "Hey, you did it. You beat me." And all of your hard work and effort pays off, and a sense of accomplishment and validation pours over you like no other. There really is no feeling like the feeling of beating a game. You know the feeling. It's the feeling of I can do anything, or confidence in yourself, and feeling like things are going right, like you have more energy, like you could climb a mountain, not just because of the sense of pride or because the journey is fun and filled with memorable moments and characters, but also because it makes us feel good about ourselves to recognize that, damn, I did that. For me, that game was Pokemon Fire Red, and it was one of the first games I ever beat. I mean, I took that game pretty seriously. I fought through hand sweat, an uncomfortable chair, eye strain, being tired. I committed myself to my goal instead of playing with friends. I had a Pokemon training regimen. I looked up guides. I scoured through the region to find the best possible team I could. I spent hours every day sitting on the couch training my Pokemon instead of going outside to play. Something about getting through the Elite Four after everything I had been through, beating them all in one go with my carefully cultivated team and my Blastoise that I had been with since the beginning, had activated something in my 7-year-old brain, and I started chasing that high ever since. I wish I could bottle the feeling of beating a game and revisit it from time to time, just to open it whenever I'm feeling down, because to me there's nothing that hits quite as hard. When I beat the Elite Four, I felt on top of the world. I think the reason it feels so good to beat a game is because it makes us feel confident in ourselves, and it makes us feel confident in our abilities. It's a reminder that if we put our minds to something, we can really get it done, and that's so important. Self-esteem is a huge part of feeling good, and it's a huge part of having a healthy and happy life. I mean, everyone needs to feel like they can get it done, otherwise we end up feeling like giant wastes of space. And that's why I think beating a video game is so healthy, because having a good self-esteem is so healthy. And in this sometimes cold and uncaring world, it's important to have things that we can control that have a direct effect on our self-esteem. In a game like Pokemon, we are the ones in control. If I beat this battle, it's because I made the right call to switch out Gyarados for Registeel. If I lose this battle, it's because I took a risk and didn't Hyper Potion Blaziken when I needed to. If I beat the Elite Four, it's because I was skilled enough or worked hard enough to do it, and it's super validating to know that you're the sole reason for an accomplishment. I miss the feeling of beating a game. The truth is, I haven't beaten a game in a long time. I can't even remember the last time I beat a game, to be honest, and I'm willing to bet most of you watching this can't either. I mean, a lot of games right now just don't even have endings. Multiplayer games can kind of just go on forever. The game never really ends. And at the same time, I felt like my self-esteem has been at an all-time low. That's why I feel like this new Pokemon game is coming at the perfect time, and why I'm acting up again in the feels. Because beating a game like Pokemon might seem like a small thing, but when things are rough and the chips are down and you're going through the motions, it's important to remember that even the little things can make a huge difference. Just like how calling back Blastoise at the right time can be the difference between winning and losing the Elite Four, beating a game can be the boost you need to get your life back on track. I know it sounds funny, like wow, Pokemon can get you out of a huge slump, but it's important to grab onto what you can and recognize what is in your control. These things have a snowball effect, because if you can't see the worth in yourself, how are you going to see the worth in anything else? And when you feel like you can't do anything at all, doesn't it feel good to know that there's at least something you can do? Doesn't it feel good to know that, hey, at least I can beat the Elite Four? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.